Today we've got a follow-up from our live last night. We've got news coming in from Holland America, Carnival, Azamara. So many things to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is April 16th of 2024, and I wanted to start at the top and invite you, if you don't watch our live videos, and watch them. People come, they bring great questions, we have a really nice conversation with everyone that comes, and we thoroughly enjoy it. And today I wanted to follow up for a couple of reasons on one of the questions that we got last night on our live, and three reasons I want to follow up on it. But first of all, someone asked how much the laundry was on board the Discovery Princess, since we were just barely on that ship. And first of all, when it comes to questions, I want you to know you can ask me questions as many times as you want, and it doesn't matter if someone else has already asked it. Ask it again. It is okay. I love when you ask questions. It helps all of us, so I want to make sure that you all know that. Ask as often as you would like, and if you haven't seen it answered, just ask again, because sometimes the answers change based on what's going on board. But someone asked if the laundry was free or how much it cost just on the Discovery Princess. And a few things to know about laundry. First of all, Princess is the only major cruise line that actually has laundry facilities on board the ship that are available for the passengers to use. And I love that about Princess. When you are on like your Royal Caribbean, your Norwegian, your Holland America, all of those cruise lines, if you want to have laundry done, you have to send it in and have the people on the ship do it. If you have a certain loyalty level that accommodates free laundry, you can get laundry free that way, but if not, you have to pay a fee for each bag of laundry that you have done. And on Princess, if you're elite, you get free laundry. You can send in a bag of laundry and they will do it for free. It honestly depends on how many elite guests are on board a ship as to how long that turnaround time is going to be. But also, on each deck that has passenger cabins, they have laundry facilities. It is so handy. You go in there, and if it costs on that ship, there's a little kiosk there. You literally swipe your medallion, and and you can put in like how many tokens you want. It's $3 for a load of laundry, $3 for the washer, and $3 for the dryer. And it's really easy, very easy to use. If you need to buy laundry detergent there, it's also $3, and it works really smoothly. But before COVID, I never saw laundry for free on the ships, always paid, and it was never a big deal. Since COVID, though, on some ships, sometimes it costs $3, like I was saying, and sometimes it doesn't. It's just free. And so someone that was just on the Discovery Princess said that it was free. And as somebody asked me that comment, I kind of thought about it. It was such a broad context, way more than they were just asking. And as I thought about it, two comments I made. One, if you can't afford to do your laundry, go ask at guest services for a token. If you go there and tell them that you can't afford to do your laundry, I am like almost 100% certain they're going to give you a token that you can use to do your laundry. At the same time, I also thought to myself, when you go on a cruise, you spend thousands of dollars to be there. And so when you think of $3, it's not really neither here nor there. And so a couple of things I thought that would maybe be helpful for all of us to think about, and I would really like to hear from you all in the comments about this, what you're thinking about laundry, how often you use the laundry, just everything. First of all, I love that Princess has laundry available on board the ships. When we were just on the Discovery for 10 days, we didn't do laundry. We took enough clothes with us. It was a short flight to get there. It was really easy to take enough luggage to have all the clothes that we wanted and not have to worry about washing anything. At the same time, I am someone that if we go to Europe, though, we will end up doing laundry, especially if we are on a longer voyage or we're going to travel before or after. So I love that Princess has that luxury. I know that I can have Princess or Holland America or whoever I'm on wash my clothes. I don't really like that, though. always like hang up my clothes to dry. Like this cardigan I have on, it's not going to go in the dryer, and I'm fussy about a whole lot of other things, and so I don't really want to give my clothes to the laundry department. So I also appreciate the convenience of being able to do your laundry how you want to. So those are the two things that really stand out to me: the convenience of being able to do it and the ability to do your laundry the way that you want to do it. And as I was thinking about this, I thought of the bigger picture of perspective, because I always like to know, Gordon and I are careful with our money. That I would think that, if you can't afford to do your laundry, of course go ask. But at the same time, I remember when a light bulb came onto me about how I think about some things when I am analyzing like how much something is going to cost, either the laundry or to get to pay for your soda instead of getting the package, or however it is that you want to do it. A long time ago, I was listening to one of Rick Steves' travel talks, and I just thoroughly enjoy. I love how he talks about travel. I really enjoy, and plus I buy his travel books for wherever we are going to visit. And one time he was talking about his travel books, and he was saying sometimes when you buy one of the books and you're going to go visit places, you will find that you just need part of the book. You don't need the whole book. And so at that point he recommended like cutting up the book. You just open it flat and then cut along, and then you can take the section of the book that you need with you. And he went even further, and he said if when you're coming home you are completely out of space, don't be stressing about that. Throw it away and move on. And so me, immediately I'm like, well, that's kind of expensive. But then he said here you're paying thousands of dollars for your trip, and this is a $20 or $30 travel book. And he does update his books every few years, which I like, for example, I love the Mediterranean Cruise Port book that he has, and I recently bought a new one because the one I had was the one I think I bought in 2016, the first time our daughter and I went together. And things change sometimes, even if you're just going to walk around a town. Bus lines will maybe change, or timing, and he gives such good advice that I think it's worthwhile to update those every now and again. So when you think about how much certain things cost when you are going to go on a cruise or travel to go on a cruise, keep the perspective of how much money you're paying to be there. And I think it's so important to do, even with things like shore excursions, whether you book them with the ship or you book them somewhere else. On the one hand, you look at the cost sometimes, but then also you think, I've spent all of this money to get to this place, and it's somewhere that I really want to see and experience. And so make sure that you take advantage of where you are and use your money to your best advantage to enjoy the experience that you were looking for. So once again, I just wanted to talk to you about perspective there. And I love that Princess offers the laundry option. So like I said in the comments, let me know how often you use the laundry, if you enjoy it, if you never use it. And just for the reference of everyone who is wondering about the cost of laundry, go ahead and put down how much the laundry, like if the ship that you have been on recently has had free laundry, or if it costs. I've never seen it cost more than $3 a load. Went on our first cruise in 2014, it was $3 a load then, so I have not seen a change there. So let us know what you've seen. People let us know when we were on the Sun Princess. We were on the second full sailing, the cruise with paying passengers, and the laundry was free apparently then. So bring us all up to date with what you all have noticed. Now let's talk for a minute about, I hate bringing these up, but I think it's really important because I notice it in the news a lot, and I like to make sure that we think about it as a Let's Go family. On Friday, a 33-year-old crew member on Holland America's Rotterdam intentionally jumped off the ship. Holland America did not realize it until they docked in Fort Lauderdale. That's when they missed him. And so the Coast Guard started searching for him immediately. And just today, Tuesday, they have said we can't find him, and they have called off the search. And so a couple of things about that. They did go ahead and go back and review the security footage and realize that he did very purposefully go over off the ship there. And so I thought it would only be appropriate that we think of him and think of his family and keep them in our prayers, and indeed the whole Holland America family, everyone really associated in any way with that, because it's really sad. And so Gordon and I are keeping his family in our thoughts and prayers, and know that would really think it would be wonderful if all of you would as well. And so wanted to make sure that he didn't leave without him noting. Now, kind of a fun note here coming out of Carnival. So we've talked about the Carnival Francais. I am really excited because it's one of the ships that used to belong to Costa Cruise Line, and it's one that they transferred from Costa over to Carnival, and it is going to be sailing round trip out of Long Beach. And so I think we're going to give that a try sooner than later. But that cruise ship, they have announced the Godfather. Thought you might like to know that, and his name is Jonathan Bennett. And I read through what he has done a lot, and so he has been in a lot of Hallmark movies. He was actually on the soap opera All My Children. And interestingly enough, for the last few years, he has been the MC for the ball drop there in Times Square on New Year's Eve here in the United States. And incidentally, Carnival noted that for the past 3 years, Carnival has sponsored that ball drop, and so I think that's where a lot of the association comes in. And so he is going to be the Godfather for the new Carnival Francais, as they rename it, as part of the Carnival fleet. They are going to do that in Long Beach, California on April 24th, and then starting on April 25th, the very next day, is when they are going to start the sailings with paying passengers on board, and they are going to be running 3 to 7 night sailings round trip out of Long Beach, and that is going to be where that ship is home ported there. So I thought that was really kind of fun news, and I'm really looking forward to trying it. The reason that I want to try it so much is everyone talks about the beautiful decor is based on Italian themes there, as well as they have a lot of good Italian food. So I thought I should give it a try. If any of you sailed on that ship when she belonged to Costa Cruise Lines, let us know. Okay, be fun to hear about that. Now, I know that when we all like to cruise, and especially those of us that have to always fly to go on a cruise, when you look at the different flights into Florida from different places in the United States or from outside of the United States, it is amazing how much it can vary just by city in Florida. And I know that often flights into Orlando are less expensive for some people coming from certain destinations than they are to perhaps Fort Lauderdale or to Miami. So some really exciting news out there is that the port there in Port Canaveral, they are expanding, and they are going to develop a whole new cruise port terminal there, and they are planning to have it ready for the 26-27 cruise season. But the really interesting thing about this is they do this new port, they are not going to partner with just one cruise line. So it's not going to be your Carnival Cruise Terminal or MSC, anything like that. It's just going to be the Port of Canaveral there, so they are going to be able to accommodate whatever ships want accommodated. They were saying that they are right now are having to turn away business, and so with building this new terminal, they'll be able to do that. And since they aren't partnering just with one cruise line, like I said, whichever cruise line wants another ship to come in, they'll be able to accommodate that. Also, some really good news for those of you who are fortunate enough to be able to drive to go on a cruise. And I know sometimes people fly in from different places and like to drive, but anyway, they there in the port of Port Canaveral are adding 3,000 additional parking places, and they are going to have those extra 3,000 parking spaces available by October of this year. So I thought that was excellent news. And so let me know. It's always really helpful if any of you want to put in the comments your favorite places to park, not just at the port there in Port Canaveral, but if you have favorite places that you really like at other cruise ports, put them in the comments as well, because that will help people out who are wanting to do that. And I am really excited. I've never cruised out of Port Canaveral, so put in the comments if you have done that. If you've got a favorite cruise port there in Florida, that would be a fun thing to know as well. I know that not all cruise lines go out of all ports. Like out of Tampa, you're not going to go on Princess out of Tampa. You never know what the future holds. And it's a really big deal that this year, starting, I think it's November 27th, it's the 24th or the 27th, that the Caribbean Princess is going to sail out of Port Canaveral. So really exciting news there. It's just fun to keep up with everything. A quick note, yesterday we talked about the sailings that Princess is going to be releasing this week for the 2025-2026 Antarctica and South America season. And so I just had to tell you all that when you think of those new cruises that are going to be released, that is late 2025, 2026. Remember that South America, Antarctica, they're in a different hemisphere than we are here in North America, and so they always run the cruises during their summer time, so that's why the seasons are linked that way. I have even gotten from people a few emails about wanting to get that extra onboard credit applied to their sailings to Antarctica that are in early 2025. That's a whole different season. The ship on those promos has already sailed, as it were. And last year they did have really good promos for booking last season to go to Antarctica and on some of those South America sailings, but it was just a small window like it is this year. So if you're going to get the extra onboard promos and everything, you have to book by March 31st. And we'll talk about that more as Princess makes those itineraries public. But put January 2026 on your calendar if you want to go to Antarctica with us, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. I'm using that word for that voyage. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button? It's time you did that, and we'd love to have you with us. And if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? It really helps us out, so thank you so much. Now, last night in our live, I also mentioned that Viking has added a new couple of new land tours that are going to be available with some of their China sailings. This is a really big deal. I don't know if you know that it's a really big deal, but it is. It's really a big deal that they sail as much as they do in China, and that they are adding these new additional land tours. So they are going to have available a 5-night guided so you can do it before your cruise in China on Viking or after, extension that will help you dive deeper into the region there of Mongolia that they're going to be visiting. They are going to start in the city of Ulaanbaatar in the Gobi Desert. And so what they're going to do is they're going to start there. You get to explore the Chinnggis Khan National Museum and look at the fossil specimens. That's going to be really cool at the paleontology lab there. Then they're going to take you to another town. If you've looked at Mongolia, I'm telling you this so that you know, Dalanzadgad. You're gonna get to stay for 3 nights in the 3 Camel Lodge. So if you're thinking about this, look up the 3 Camel Lodge. Following their time there, they're going to return back to the original town I told you and spend some more time there. And after that, you'll be getting on the ship if you do it before your cruise, or you'll be going home if you do it after your cruise. It is a really big deal that they're offering this. And so the itineraries that this is going to be available on is the Best of China, China Discovery, Classic China, and the Coast and Wonders of China. So they also have some additional cruise tours that include Hong Kong and Beijing. And so no matter what you want to see there, take a look and see if it's available. And if you are signing up for a cruise there in China, let me know. I've thought about it a lot. We have someone was kind enough to send me an email sharing some of their experiences when they had gone to China before, and my very best friend ever in this world, who has since passed away, she and her husband went there. He taught at a university there for a year, and so she shared so many of her experiences there, both with the cultural differences, how amazing the people are, and it just really kind of what it's like to visit and what to be prepared for, what to expect, what not to expect, which is really helpful when you're thinking of going. So I would love to hear if any of you are thinking of going there. And if you have got questions about Princess or about anything else, please put it in the comments. And I really appreciate you being here with me today. I'll see you here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.